Why is it that every white content creator, big named, always has some sort of racist past from 10 or so years ago?
What is Tana and Brooke going to say about these racist tweet allegations? And I think that within the next week, they're going to come out with a podcast. I don't think that Brooke is going to talk about this much on her TikTok because I think that this is such a sensitive topic. She owes the world, and especially people of color, an apology for the shit that she has said.
Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield look to have predicted their future when they named their podcast Cancelled, because it looks exactly like they are getting cancelled hard and heading into the downward direction at a very high speed. And I have to say that not a lot of people expected this, because it comes right after they were at their peak of being successful influencers, mainly fueled by the explosive beefs the two were individually involved in recently, one related to Alyssa Violet and another one related mainly to the breakup between Brooke Schofield and Clinton Kane. But while they really enjoyed the spotlight, nothing really prepared them for the controversies that would follow all that, and how they were about to be the next victims of the cancel culture. Now, starting off with Brooke, she has always been this successful influencer and podcaster, but like I say, she hasn't been as famous and as viral as she recently was. And with that came a lot of exposure, which resulted into a lot of people digging more into her life, trying to understand who she is, and that is where the problem rose from. Because some discoveries were made, and they discovered her very problematic past tweets that a lot of people took issues with. So bad that she had to do a very long apology video, which seems to not even be working. So y'all, the tea is so hot today and full to its capacity. So stick around and definitely remember to subscribe on my channel for more tea and drama. Now, the tweets we are talking about here, she wrote them between 2012 and 2015 when she was around the ages between 15 and 18. And while for the most part she was a minor, it did not stop people to be rightfully pissed about it, because they were that controversial, most especially because most of them had racist contents. In 2012, she tweeted that, "Hey my God, I swear I had a nappier hair this morning than most African Americans on this end of our country." She also said that my great-grandpa's toilet paper has Obama's face engraved in it. It was too much posts which were problematic with inappropriate language, but nothing pissed people off like when she went as far as even commenting on the death of Trayvon Martin, where she said that, "Guarantee if Zimmerman shot a white guy, this wouldn't even be a story. Newsflash, this wasn't a crime of racism, it was self-defense."
Whatever statement Brooke Schofield wants to put out about her past tweets, just know she still has the same views. They are not changing. Whatever apology she wants to say, she's just saving herself to make sure she still has access to future deals, future opportunities.
About a year ago, she addressed the situation on Reddit in these two posts, where in one of them she said that I hadn't seen the Zimmerman tweets when I wrote about bad jokes, and that obviously could never be dismissed as a bad joke. It was a horrible take that I probably wholeheartedly believed at that time. I was wrong. I have spoken openly before about what I was told growing up versus what I believe now. Growing up, it was just me and my grandpa, an 80-year-old conservative man who played Rush Limbaugh through the house all day. I did not know anything about politics as a teenager, but I would listen to him and other people around me and piece together these opinions about when I truly had no idea what I was talking about. I wanted to feel like I was in the know without doing any actual research. And as ashamed as I am to admit it, I did not start to understand how wrong a lot of it was until I was an adult. Once I moved to LA and was fully on my own was when I finally started actively learning and began to form my own opinions. But I understand what a privilege it is to get all the way to adulthood without having to really learn or care about politics. Most people do not have that luxury, and while of course I am grateful to know what I know now, I wish I put it in the effort sooner. I am sorry about the tweets, and I am sorry to everyone who is hurt or disappointed by them. I am too, and I will do better. And another one said that I will absolutely address, especially if people are hurt by them. I have talked about it a few times before, how I look back on things I used to think were funny and normal jokes to make, and I am just as disturbed as you are. I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's okay just because I was kidding or young. I think it's gross and horrible. I love you all and I do take accountability. I hate when people say things like, I didn't know better, or anything along those lines, so I don't want to come across that way at all. But I truly thought I was anti-racist at that time. You can find tweets from the same time frame where I am saying things like, I don't care if you're cute and old, being racist is ugly, etc. I just truly thought I was being funny, and I absolutely wasn't. I know differently now, and I try to make them known the best I can. There are family members I haven't spoken to since 2020, when I realized where they stood during BLM, and I have grown in to myself and my own belief system outside of what I grew up around. I love you guys, and I'm sorry to anyone who is hurt reading those. It was never funny, but well, now that she has been in the spotlight so much lately, she had to address it once more, and she took it to her TikTok to say something about it, and trust me, the situation exploded, and you won't believe where it went. Basically, she addressed the fact that but by the time she wrote those tweets, she was just young and did not know to do right, and say that all that didn't change until she was after 18 and after college.
Obviously by now you guys have seen the tweets that are circulating around. They unfortunately are not fake. Those are real tweets, like real things that I said. First of all, I want to acknowledge that I feel the same way about them that you do. I think they're so disturbing, they're wrong, they're horrible, and they're disgusting. Of course, I do appreciate the people who are coming to bat for me and like saying like, you know, it was so long ago and like she's grown and stuff, but like it doesn't fucking matter. Like it literally does not matter. They are horrible.
She also said that all she said at the time was influenced by the kind of environment that she grew up into, which for the main part she claims to have been raised by her grandparents. But no matter how hard she tried to act sad and sorry on the camera during her apology, no one was having it, because none of what she said stopped people from brutally blasting her online, which is one of the reasons that I just think that she might just be going down for real, because honestly, it's not looking good for her. So one person said that what pisses me off about the Brooke Schofield tweets is she's gonna use and has used the I was just a stupid kid excuse, because white 16 to 17-year-olds are allowed to be young dumb children, but black 17-year-olds are somehow responsible for their own deleting. Another pissed person said that, giggling again at how Brooke Schofield said she only wised up about racism after graduating college. Mind you, she's only 26, 27 right now. So you're telling me she found out black people were human beings 3 or 4 years ago? And then, when it gets to the comments under her apology video, it got 10 times worse, because people were saying that she wasn't apologizing because she was sorry, but because it got out, kind of like Diddy Cassie apology. One person threw shade and said that, notice how she did not directly apologize to the people of color, but instead apologized to her audience as a whole, which consists of white women. So she doesn't lose her entire paycheck? Well guys, if you're still watching my video, thanks for sticking around. But also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe on my channel and take some more popcorn, because we still have much more coming your way. As expected, Tana Mongeau came to her defense, initially commenting that we grew up bad. I love you, and growth from it is the biggest form of prevailing. When she deleted and then said that, listen, she was raised by people with these thoughts. She immediately moved to LA and grew. She's so smart and knows this was wrong. Love her like I do with her recent views. Open and accepting. Well, speaking of Tana Mongeau's, she also has her fire burning, and she's in the middle of an internet controversy herself right now with Brittany Bruschi, after she responded to her situation with Cody Ko. Now, if you aren't well versed with this drama, Tana Mongeau recently made it public that when she was 17 years old, she hooked up with the then 24-year-old Cody Doe, which obviously is straight out illegal in Florida, which is where they were at the time the events took place. Now, of course, after Tana Mongeau revealed this information, Cody Ko faced instant backlash for having taken advantage of a minor. But as you know, when something like this happens, in this particular situation, people kind of expect the people close to Cody Code to come and speak out. And in this case, Brittany Broski was expected to speak out on the situation since the two are so close and are collaborators. Well, she did come out to say something about it, but it was met with intense online backlash due to the language she used and the sense that people had that she was just doing it for show and it wasn't really coming from her heart. On her Instagram, she said, "I'm crushed to learn about the Cody allegations. If it's proven to be true, then that's extremely upsetting as a collaborator and longtime fan. I find all of this disturbing, inappropriate, and just flat out disappointing." Like I said, a lot of people had issues with this kind of statement she made. One person said that, "What? I am a little confused. Tana isn't mad at Cody, the actual person who did the deed with her, yet she's mad at some other girl who made a statement? Make it make sense. This is why I'm not invested or interested in this story. Tana is still messy and unreliable. I don't trust her." Another one said that 100 going to support Brittany Broski. So many other creators expressed the same sentiment, but are not leaving the same hatred. She spoke her mind while minding that being careless would possibly result in legal problems for her, a person completely unrelated to the alleged crime. Well, briefly, like I said in the beginning, Tana and Brooke are living up to the name of their podcast, Cancelled. And it really looks to be a very steep downhill for them. And the speed looks to be too much. But I want you to tell me what you think about this and both their situations. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Stay around for more tea by making sure you subscribe on my channel. Until next time, stay blessed.